y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Marie, and today I am guiding us through a heart opening flow. Happy New Year, happy spring. This is the time of year where things are starting to gradually, keyword, gradually blossom and open and expand around us. It is a time of year where that tapas, that heat energy is going to start to build up. And you may be noticing that happening within your own body as well. You may notice you're a little more energized. You're starting to tap into creativity more, maybe some more ideas are flowing, or you're just even considering where in your life you may want to start to expand. And a lot of this can come from our heart space. We can tend to protect ourselves physically by rolling over our shoulders. Our head is down, our body tightens, it becomes tense when we are carrying energy that is unexpressed. And that's the same for our heart space. So today we're going to start to gradually soften. We're not going to push too hard, just soften our heart. And a quote that came to me that I really loved for today's practice is by Anaïs Nin. Now, she was a novelist, a essayist. She also wrote erotica during a time where women were not allowed to be doing that, and she did it anyways. And her quote is, "And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to bloom." Run it back one more time. And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to bloom. It's important for us to protect our heart because everything that we do flows from it. Protection is not to be confused with hardening. And sometimes that is what can happen. In an effort to be hyper vigilant, in an effort to keep ourselves safe from harm, we may have learned to tighten, to close off, to harden, because that seems safer than being vulnerable, than being expressed, than being open, than being transparent, because there's a risk of being harmed there as well. And so today's practice, I want you to consider on the mat and off the mat, what areas in my life can I begin to soften, even just a little? What areas of my life or within my body are feeling really tight or feeling really tense? Where am I looking to expand? And what comes with expansion? Vulnerability. So maybe consider a few areas where you can be vulnerable this week, whether that be, again, in your physical practice. Maybe you open your heart, you deepen your back bend just a little more. Or maybe it's something that you do in your life, like having that difficult conversation that you've been putting off or you've been avoiding. Maybe it's shooting your shots. Okay, maybe it is love or romance, and just opening yourself up to allow the good to also come into your heart. We can remain protected, but we do not have to be hardened. All right. So get settled into whatever's comfortable for you. You can get down on your mat, your rug. You can do this from your bed. And we're going to get started with today's practice. Let's do it. We're going to start in a seat today. If you have something nice and warm, that is always really helpful for heart opening, is to have something warm. Warmth allows us a little bit of safety. So maybe that's a blanket, maybe that's a warm cup of tea, coffee, if that's your thing. And we're going to start with our legs crossed and taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale in through the nose, the chest lifts, the heart lifts. Exhale out through the mouth. And one more, maybe this is the biggest breath you've taken all day long. Inhale. Lifting the chest, the heart, maybe rolling the shoulders back, getting nice and tall. And deep exhale. Starting with some neck circles, taking an inhale in through the nose. Exhale, bring your chin into your chest. Really press your chin into your chest. And breathe here, opening up the back of the body, the back of the neck, across the shoulders. And making neck circles in whatever direction you'd like to start in. First, bringing the ear to the shoulder and making your way around. Dropping the shoulders down so the ear is coming to the shoulder. Shoulders not coming toward the ear. Keep those shoulders away from those ears. And switching directions. So throughout today's practice, we will be doing heart openers and back bends. Always take your time with heart openers and back bending. Just like in life, when we begin to get vulnerable and open up our heart, we take our time with it. On a physical level, we always want to be good to the spine. We never want to rush. We never want to push. So I'll give options throughout today's practice. And meeting back at center, lifting up your gaze. Take an inhale, lift the right arm up toward the sky. And as you exhale, right fingertips go above the left ear, gently stretching the left side of the neck. If you'd like a little more of a stretch, take the left hand comes out to the left, kind of like you're pressing down into the wall. Feel that stretch through the forearm and breathe here. Exhale, release. You can shake it out. Inhaling, left hand up toward the sky. As you exhale, left fingertips go above the right ear and gently bring that left ear down. Breathe here. Again, if you'd like more of a stretch, so right hand comes out. Exhale, go ahead and release it down. Inhaling the hands up toward the sky. As you exhale, the right hand comes down by your right hip, and we gently go ahead and get a nice side twist. Lean over to the right. That left forearm is by the left ear. Breathing here. Dropping that right shoulder away from the ear. Option, take this left hand and bring it behind the head. We're going to inhale, open this left elbow up toward the sky, starting to open up the heart. Yep. Exhale, you're going to curl it in. So imagine this left elbow coming down toward that right knee. Inhale and open. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale and open. Exhale, bring it in. 2 more. Inhale, open. Notice that left knee's trying to lift up. Try to keep it grounded down. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, coming back to center, lifting both hands up toward the sky. Exhale, left hand down by left hip, reaching that right arm up and across, keeping that right bicep by the right ear. Get a good side stretch in here. And when you're ready, take that right hand, bring it behind the head. Inhale, open that right elbow up toward the sky, starting to open up the heart. Exhale, right elbow goes down toward the left knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl it in. You're doing great. 2 more. Last one. Exhale, bring it in. Good. Inhaling that elbow back up, hands follow. Inhale, both hands reach up toward the sky. Go ahead and interlace the fingers. Exhale, bring the hands behind the neck so the thumbs can be straight, supporting the sides of your neck here. Your hands are clasped behind the base of your head. We take an inhale, opening up, exhale. It's a seated cat cow. So you go ahead and curl in. Imagine the elbows are going to kiss. Inhale and open. And starting to open up the heart a little more. Be good, be gentle to it. Exhale, curl in. This is what our body wants to do to protect itself, right? Think of like our fetal position, or when we are going to protect our body from maybe something physical, we curl in. And that happens on an energetic level as well. We close off. Maybe we isolate ourselves. And sometimes seasons of isolation can be for protection. And sometimes we have to know when those seasons of isolation are over, and they're keeping us from also letting the love in too. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring the hands down. You can shake it out a little bit. Yoga does not have to be stiff. We're working with the shoulders here, so that tension across the heart space is going to be felt in the upper back. It's going to be felt in the shoulders. We inhale, we lift the shoulders up. We exhale, we roll the shoulders down and back. So we're working with some shoulder rolls here. And when you're ready, switch directions. Beautiful. Go ahead, shake it out. Inhale the hands up toward the sky. Exhale, the hands come behind you, flipping the palms, bringing the hands behind you, holding your hands together, clasping them. Take a big, big inhale and go ahead. Draw the hands down toward the ground. Open up the shoulders, gazing upward. Open up the chest and the heart. And breathe here. Inhale, straighten out. We make our way to tabletop. So that's all fours. Bringing the hands over to one side, bringing the knees up underneath you. Hands can be underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Taking a big inhale, moving through our cat cows, looking up, dropping the belly. Exhale as we press the mat away with all four corners of our hands. We round the upper back. Our chin comes in toward our chest. All the breath comes out. Pelvis tucks in. Inhale, gazing up, relaxing the belly. Exhale, pressing the mat away, rounding the upper back, chin to chest. Breath comes out, belly button comes in, pelvis tucks. Inhaling the right hand up toward the sky, bringing the hand behind the head. Exhale, bringing that right elbow down to the ground. Inhale, opening up that right elbow up toward the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale and open. Exhale, dropping the right hand down. Inhale, left hand up toward the sky. Bring the hand behind the head. Exhale, left elbow comes down toward the mat. Open up. The last one. Dropping the left hand down, we're going to make our way into our puppy pose, and that can be a pretty deep heart opener. As we move through our heart openers today, we take our time just like we do off the mat. We're not going to love bomb ourselves into these poses. If you've ever met someone that love bombed you, right? It's like they give you all of their information up front, like they're in love immediately, and they want you to be so open and so vulnerable without even creating a sense of trust, without creating a sense of safety. So do the same in your practice, do the same in your life. Take it slow. Allow your body to know that there's a sense of safety and softness here that is happening, that you are taking your time with it, that you're being gradual, and notice how you will open up maybe a little bit more each time because you've created that sense of safety and softness. You've also created a sense of self-trust. Again, we're not just talking about these poses here. We're talking about off the mat. So go ahead, bring the hands down to the forearms. Bend the hands so that the elbows are on the mat. Take the hands, interlace them behind the neck. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, start to melt the chest toward the mat. Maybe the head comes all the way down. And we feel this stretch through the armpits, the biceps, into the heart. Breathe here, inhaling. And exhaling, maybe you soften into the pose a little more. So as you exhale, maybe your chest comes down a little closer to the ground, to the mat, to the bed. You can stay here, or we can make our way to our puppy pose, straightening out the hands, palms facing down onto the mat. Hips lift back up to all fours. And then we start to maybe reach forward. Chin or head can be down on the mat. Asking our body if this is okay. Asking our body if we're ready for this. And if our body says, not yet, then we listen. We listen with love. And we take it back, bring the elbows back up, hands behind the head. If our body says, yes, please, this feels great, then we stay here for a few breaths. And when we're ready, using our hands to walk us back up to tabletop, bringing the big toes to touch, knees come out to the edge of the mat. Take a cleansing breath, meaning just a breath, no movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, sink the hips back. Make your way to child's pose. Hands can come out nice and long. Head comes down. And we breathe here. On your next inhale, we make our way back to tabletop, coming up onto all fours. Again, let your hands guide you. And we make our way to our down dog. So tucking the toes, taking a big inhale, lifting up the knees, then the hips toward the sky. Our exhale brings our hips back toward our heels. Those hamstrings are tight. Maybe you pedal it out, meaning you bend one knee, then the other. And don't forget to breathe. Our next inhale brings our right leg up behind us, three-leg dog. Our exhale, we bend the knee. We start to shift forward. We bring the right knee in close to the chest. We shift it forward. The right foot goes in between the hands. As we exhale, we gently drop down onto that left knee. Untuck the toes. Inhale the hands up toward the sky. We are in our low lunge. You have some options here. The foot can be at a 90-degree angle underneath the knee, or if you want to walk it out a little bit, you can walk it out and then sink down into that right leg. You'll feel that more in those hips and that psoas. We breathe here. And on the next inhale, we take the hands, flip the palms, interlace, hold the hands behind the back. Going ahead and drawing the hands down toward the ground, opening up what? The heart. On your next inhale, bringing the hands back up toward the sky. Exhale, framing the right foot, tucking the left toes, lifting the left leg. Inhale, step the right leg back. We are in our plank. We can exhale, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, or lower all the way down onto the mat. Elbows are in nice and close to the body. Thumbs are right where the armpits are. We inhale, we press up for cobra. Exhale it down. Inhale, press up. Shoulders are away from those ears. Bring it down. And last one, inhale, pressing up. Exhaling this time, lifting up the hips, bringing them back to child's pose. What we do on one side, we do on the other. Inhaling, coming back through tabletop, all fours. Tucking the toes. Take a big cleansing breath. When you're ready, inhale, lift the knees, then lift the hips up toward the sky. Exhale sends the hips back toward the heels. Chest is following those thighs. Pedal it out. And when we're ready, we inhale the left leg, three-legged dog, up toward the sky. Bend the knee, go ahead, shift forward, knee is close to the chest. Drop the left foot down, hands are framing it. Inhale the hands up toward the sky, drop the right knee down, low lunge. Option to untuck the toes and breathe. Again, the foot can be at a 90-degree angle, or maybe you walk it out a little further and then you sink down a little deeper into that lunge. Option to add a little more of a back bend. We bring the hands behind us, holding our hands, interlacing the fingers. We point those hands down toward the ground, opening up the chest and the heart. Inhale brings the hands back up toward the sky. Exhale brings the hands to either side of the foot to frame the foot. Lift up that right leg. Go ahead, bring that left leg back. We are in our plank. Option here to knees, chest, chin, or lower all the way down. Inhale, press up for cobra. Exhale. And again. Last one, inhale, bringing it up. Exhale, lifting the hips, bringing it back, child's pose. And breathe. On the next inhale, hen, we're going to walk our hands up, coming back to easy pose, sitting back onto those heels. If this is not available to you just yet, that's okay. You can place a blanket right here. You can place a pillow here, a bolster, anything right here to kind of give you just a little more space to sit down. And we go ahead, exhale, sit it on back. Inhaling, shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, shoulders down and back. Working again with those circles. If I open my heart, then I am giving space for the love to come in. If I open my heart, I am giving space for the love to come in. I can open my heart and still protect it. I can open my heart and still protect it. Inhaling, hands up. Exhaling, flipping the palms, bringing the hands back behind you again, interlacing the fingers, and going ahead and reaching the hands back toward the mat, looking on up, shoulders dropped back. And breathe. Releasing, shaking out the hands. We're going to make our way to our camel pose. So we're going to get a little deeper. We're going to get a little more open in this heart, okay? Listen to your body. Know where your body is ready. It feels safe to soften and expand, and start to notice where you might be expanded enough. That might be enough for today. So we'll gradually make our way to it. Again, we're not going to love bomb ourselves into it, okay? I'm not going to make you tell me you love me day one. We're going to take our time, right? So we take our right hand, inhale it up toward the sky. Exhale, go ahead, bring it behind you. Bring that right hand right above that right glute, right on the low back. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, flip the palm. Bring that left hand behind you. Good. Breathe here. See how this feels. This is a heart opener. This may be enough. If you'd like a little more, maybe you inhale, lift the hips, and breathe here. This may be enough. If you'd like a little more, we inhale. We exhale, press those palms into that low back. Start to slowly bend it backward, opening up the heart, looking up toward the sky, and breathing here. This is your camel pose. As you exhale, sit the hips on back toward the heels and shake it out. We're going to do that one more time. So you have some options. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you lift it up. And then we're going to go into our full expression of camel as well. When you're ready, inhale, right hand behind us, left hand as well. We lift up those hips. Exhale, going into your bend. If you would like a little more, the left hand supports the left hip. As we take the right hand and we reach back, we grab for the right heel or right ankle. Same thing with the left hand. Inhale, reaching up and back, keeping those hips forward and breathing. When you're ready, go ahead, sit those hips back, exhale. Child's pose one last time. We inhale, make our way through tabletop. Big exhale as we drop the knees in front of us and make our way into our backs. With any back bending, you may find some tension in the low back. So we inhale the knees into our chest. You can rock here side to side, massaging the low back, pressing the tailbone down into the mat. We're going to work with one more deep back bend today. And again, you always have options. Take your time. Bringing the feet down onto the mat, knees bent. Taking the tips of our fingers, you're just going to raise the mat until you can gently graze the back of your heels. That's a good distance. And we work with some glute bridges here. Pressing the hands down into the mat. Shoulders are grounded down onto the mat. We're taking an inhale, lifting up vertebrae by vertebrae. So slowly making your way. Pelvis is the last to come on up. And then exhale, rolling it back down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale it down. And last one. And maybe this is enough for you to stay here. We're going to work through that 3 more times. Now you're going to hold for a few breaths at the top. You have the option to work with your bridge, or you can work with your wheel. This is a large back bend. This is a large heart opener. So if it's your first time, I suggest sticking with the bridge or giving it a try if it feels safe in your body and taking your time with it. So to make our way into our wheel, we take the hands and we bring the hands right behind us. And our hand's going to be on either side of our ears here. And again, you have the option to work with your bridge or your wheel. So no matter where you're at, we're going to take an inhale and we're going to either lift the hips up or we're going to press those hips on up into our wheel. Inhale, coming on up. Breathing here. And then exhale, gently, gradually come on down, whether it is from bridge or it is from wheel, taking our time. Few more breaths here. And making our way again. On your inhale, pressing on up for your bridge or your wheel. And breathing. Keeping those hips up. And exhale, bringing it on down. And breathe. You're doing great. You're doing such a good job. We've got one more. Maybe you notice you want to give your wheel a try. You can. Or you stick with your bridge. And when we're ready, our last one, we take our inhale, and our inhale lifts those hips on up. And bringing it on down. Inhaling the knees into our chest. And breathing here, rolling side to side, pressing that tailbone down into the mat. Dropping the knees over to the right side, keeping the shoulders grounded down onto the mat, the floor, the bed, and looking over the left shoulder. Inhaling, knees back to your chest. Exhaling, bringing it over to the left side and looking over that right shoulder. Breathing here. Inhaling the knees back to center. And then exhaling, either just dropping the feet down, keeping the knees bent on your mat, or you can go ahead and straighten out the legs. Keeping the knees bent can offer a little more support to the back after our back bending. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Maybe setting those intentions for doing that one vulnerable, scary thing this week, whether it's a conversation, whether it's just being more honest with someone, whether it's shooting your shot, whether it's going after that dream, whatever the expansion, whatever the bloom is, maybe you commit to that. And if you're not there yet, maybe you're still in that tight bud phase, maybe you're still in that cocoon phase, just noticing where the tightness is in your body and in your life. Maybe beginning to become aware and notice why we are feeling tight in those spaces, those environments, maybe with those people, and starting to ask ourselves where we can begin to soften. Sometimes how we soften is by setting a boundary because it gives us the safety, it gives us the space to soften. You did a great job today. Take a big inhale, open it up wide, and exhale, wrap those arms around yourself, big hug. Spend as much time here as you need to, and I'll see you next time. Love y'all.